is how a details page for a migration would look like. So you would have the overview of your source and destination, and in logs and reports, you would now have a new entry for chain of custody reports location. So by default, it is going to be available at your destination share, wherever you're migrating off to. And to generate a chain of custody report, so today we support it with the final iteration. So kind of like when your migrations are now ready to cut over and you know most of the data is now available in the destination. So at that point, you would generate a chain of custody report for all data. We will be generating checksums for all the files on the source and the destination, and those are going to be stored in a report format. So once the chain of custody report is generated, this is how a CSV for that would look like. So you have a typical Komprise report format on top. So you have the report name, time, director, and the site that you're working with, and then the migration details. All the details about your source and destination, the protocols, and if any directories were involved. And then we move on to the actual report. So you have your file names, and then your extensions, and then the full path on the source, and the checksum of the file on the source, and at what time and date were the checksums generated. And then you have the destination full path and the checksum that was generated on the destination, time and date for the checksum generation, and then the status. So status would be success if both of the checksums are matching, would be failure if they are not, and there will be a note indicated there in case it is a failure. So, like I mentioned, the chain of custody report location by default is going to be on the destination file server, but you can configure it. So let's see system and settings, and then you can go to the migration. So if you look here, you'll have a migration chain of custody reports. You also have a migration audit logs here. So we have always supported a very thorough audit logging of all the operations that we do in migration. So for per iteration, the logs are available for all the files that have been copied over, any attributes that have been copied. But of course, those are at iteration level and they only mention the files that have been copied in that iteration. But the chain of custody report is a consolidated report of all the files that are there on the source and their counterparts on the destination and the checksums that are generated for both of them, and kind of make sure that your data is as is migrated to the destination. So to edit where it goes to, so by default it goes to your destination share. But if you want to make it more centralized and say you want to pull all your chain of custody reports in one location, it could be a S3 bucket, which could be Amazon S3 or any other S3 compatible vendor, or it could be an NFS share or a SMB share. So a central localized location where you want to put all your chain of custody report, you could do that by editing this location here. And after that, all the chain of custody report would start going to that location.